Get back, so me from welcome back to a brand new video. Let's get right into it. So, seeing the title, you've seen the thumbnail, and yes, I think we finally found Tank Davis' fucking opponent. If you see my previous video, I said that Tank doesn't have really a lot of options for his next fight. Because like I said, Loma ducked, Shakur pretty much ducked too, Sapella fighting somebody else. He was supposed to fight Pitbull. This fight was supposed to be Tank versus Pitbull. But we all know what happened. Pitbull lost against Jose Valenzuela. And for some reason, people were saying Jose Valenzuela couldn't fight till 2025. That's why I was like, oh, then this was supposed to be the first fight. I heard rumors about it. And then the rumors went silent because they said, oh, no. Jose Valenzuela can't fight. He's not going to fight until 2025. Then he ran out of opponents because there's nobody else. There's nobody else with a big name that will fight Tank in this little of time because they're fighting November 2nd. That's like what, 2 months away? If you're going to fight Tank, you probably want a bigger training camp. And if you're like someone like Deal, you definitely want hella time. But reporting from Showbiz, because hey, Showbiz is a reliable source because don't forget he has deals with DAZN and PBC. So I think this is legit. According to Showbiz, Tank versus fucking Jose Valenzuela is the next fight and it's confirmed. It's official. And I want to talk about this fight. First of all, is this real? I trust my man's Showbiz. I trust him a lot. I fucks with him. And usually he was right with, I think it was Frank versus Tank. He was right back then. So I'm pretty sure he's going to be right about this too. So I do think it's true. Because again, Jose Valenzuela is the only option. It was supposed to be Pitbull, but Pitbull lost. So it makes sense instead of Pitbull, it's Jose Valenzuela. And again, there's no other option. The only one left is Manny Pacquiao. You don't want to see that fight. I kind of want to see that fight, but again, it would be a terrible fight. But let's actually talk about this fight. Because they go fight on the Day of the Dead too. If you don't know, that's another Mexican fucking holiday. Yes, us Mexican have a lot of holidays, but yeah, it's another Mexican holiday. And Jose Valenzuela is a Mexican, so it makes sense you want a Mexican on that day too. And we don't know the day of. We just know they're fighting. I mean, we don't know the weight. In my opinion, I think it's gonna be at 140. I think it's going to be at 140. Or I'm hearing some rumors, not from Showbiz and from other people too, that they may do it for both titles somehow. They may fight in a cash weight, and they will have both belts on the line. Now, if that does happen, this is going to be one of one, because usually this never happens, right? Usually it's like this never happens. Like usually like in MMA and in boxing, usually it's never two belts on the line if they're from two different weight classes, right? Look at Canelo and Jermell Charlo. Jermell Charlo had to move up to fight for Canelo, and if Canelo won, he wouldn't get fucking Jermell Charlo undisputed belts. So it's going to be, I'm waiting to see. Maybe it's just Tank versus Jose Valenzuela 140 simple. Tank wins, he get the 140 belt. But if it's for both belts, that's gonna be interesting because like I said, it's gonna be 1-on-1. Because the rumor is, like I said before, is that if Jose Valenzuela and Tank happens, it's going to happen at a cash weight at probably 138, and it's going to be for both belts. So the winner gets the 135 belt and the 140 belt. That have never been done before. I don't know how that's happening. I don't know the org, the body. I don't know how they go sanction that. But hey, if they do that, it'd be cool. That's a cool ass idea. Fucking fighting a cash weight and both belts on the line. I like that. That's tough. I like that. That's more fighters will fight each other for each belt. It makes sense. It's not like there's no negative about that. But if Tank is fighting him and try and get that belt, what's Tank's next move? Like last time we seen Tank at 140 was against Mario Barrios, and that was one of his toughest fights because again he was losing in the scorecard. Pretty sure he was losing, and then he got that knockout in the 11th, 12th round. So, and don't forget, by the time back then when he fought Mario Barrios, he was still with Floyd Mayweather. So that was a long time ago. He haven't been at 140 a long time, and also he also said 140 makes him uncomfortable. Like 140 is probably his max because he barely has to cut weight for 135. Like he's naturally around his weight. He's probably weigh like 150 in my opinion, and he still have that fucking power. But still, it's going to be interesting. What does Tank decide to do? Is he going to stay at 140? Maybe back then, like 3 years ago, wherever when that fight was, because it was a long time ago, maybe his body really wasn't old enough or big enough for 140. But now as time has passed, because you know, usually when time passes, your body get more bigger, you know, you get more mass. Maybe he feels better to at the 140. Maybe he feels like, okay, I can make it and I won't feel uncomfortable. Because Tank at 140 is a exciting thing, because there's nobody at 135. The only person is Loma and Shakur. Loma, we don't know if he's ever going to fight Tank because he ducked already, and Shakur is the same thing. And that's two of the biggest names right now. I mean, I'm not saying 135 is filled with bum, but all the rest like Keyshawn, fucking Robert, Shushu, they're all uppercomers. They're all uppercomers. They're not yet stars yet. So it makes no sense to Tank, and Tank would destroy any of them yet, because they're not ready for Tank. So I do think it's interesting how, in my opinion, I think Tank is probably going to stay at 140. I think if Tank fights Jose Valenzuela, I think he's going to stay at 140 and fight everybody at 140, because that's where all the big names at. Devin Haney, Teofimo. We still got fucking Matias. Matias would be a good fight. Pero. Like, there's many top fan. Jose Valenzuela and Pitbull is still there. If they want everyone to do the rematch, there's a lot of top dogs in that fucking division. And a lot of fucking fights that would give you money. Theo versus Tank is one of the most exciting fights I would love to see. And I hope it happens. And even Devin Haney. If Devin Haney decides to stay at 140, that's also a fucking good ass fight. Because don't forget, Devin Haney may be fighting Paro. So if Tank gets a fucking 140 belt, Devin and both Theo will have to fight Tank if they're going for undisputed. So again, this is an interesting fight. I wonder if it's going to have a rehydration clause. Because if it does, Tank is most likely winning. But if it doesn't, it's an interesting fight. Why? Because Jose Valenzuela said himself, he weighs around like 160. Probably like 158. Around close to 160, but now 160. So, if there is a rehydration clause, he may get fucked up rehydration to his natural weight. And Tank is going to be good. But if there's no rehydration clause, that's going to be an interesting fight, because damn, that's a big ass Jose Valenzuela versus a Tank. But we really don't know what's Tank's natural weight, since he like weighs 134, 133 for fucking weigh-ins for that fight against Frank. So again, have no idea how this fight is going to go. I feel like probably Tank is going to win, but Jose Valenzuela is not no fucking bum. Like he beat Pitbull convincingly. Come on, bro. He has his chin, he has power, and he has good footwork. That's all the things you need to beat Tank. You need to have a good chin. You need to be able to punch back to make Tank respect you. You need to have speed, and you need to have good technique. Because Ryan only has speed and power. He didn't have the good technique and good boxing IQ. You need to be an all-around boxer to beat Tank, because Tank is an all-around boxer. He has power, speed, IQ, and technique, and good footwork. Jose Valenzuela may not have the same power, but he can fucking swat. Like, he has some heavy hands, and he has some fast ass hands, and I think he has a chin, because Pitbull was hitting with some shots and he wasn't going down. He was looking good, and he definitely have good boxing IQ and footwork. So again, this would be an interesting fight. If it's at 138, it has to be for the belt. I do not see this not being for the 140 belt. It just doesn't make sense. So if it's a cash weight, it's going to be for both of them belts. But But if it is for them, both of them belts, does that mean Tank can't reach 140? And what does that mean for the future? So if Tank wins at 138, right? Because there's some question marks about this. If it's a cash weight 138, winner gets both belts, right? Tank wins, he has a 140 belt. What does that mean for Deal, Devin, anybody at 140? Do they have to go to 138 to fight Tank? Or they go and had to make Tank go to 140? Or they go ahead to try to agree to 138? That's where the question mark goes. Because if like someone Devin Haney, he could definitely not make 138. So fucking, I feel like Tank is going to have to be forced to make 140. So that's why it's a lot of question mark. Because if Tank does win, what happens with the 140 belt? I don't think he can force the other 140 champion to be like, oh no, come down to 138. You can have my belt. They're gonna be like, I don't want your 135 belt because there's no point. I can't defend it. So again, it's gonna be interesting to see what happens if it's a cash weight. That's the most interesting thing, because I wonder after the fight, how do they, like, even if Jose Valenzuela wins, I don't think he can make 135. So how is he going to defend the belt? You know, that's why it's interesting. Like 138 cash weight, winner gets both belts. It's a good ass idea, interesting idea. But if you actually think about it, what happens after the fight? What happens when they need to defend their belts? That's when the question mark goes. Like, do they have to go to cash weight every time they defend their belts? Again, question mark. Would you guys see it till? Because all this would not make no sense. All this would not even matter if the fight's at 140. Like, if it's not a cash weight, then we don't have to worry. It's gonna be straight up simple. But if it is cash weight, that's where we gotta ask questions. And even if it's at 140, we can still ask questions. Is Tank gonna stay at 140? Is he gonna move back and forth 140 to 135? The money, the big fight is at 140 because nobody wants to fight Tank at 135. Loma Shakur, excuse me, only big names left, let's be honest, and the rest are uppercomers. They're prospects who's about to be contenders, and let's be honest, none of them are ready for Tank. And Shakur's probably not gonna fight Tank for a little while, and Loma's not gonna fight Tank until maybe next year. And even that, see, he was still gonna fight Tank. So like I said, it's going to be interesting to see what happens. It's going to be wild if Tanks become a 135 and 140 champion at the same time. That'd be really fucking cool. And maybe we get an upset. Again, we cannot doubt Jose Valenzuela. Jose Valenzuela / Rayo. We can't doubt him because, as we've seen before, we thought he was going to lose against Pitbull and he won. So, and also, Jose did say he wanted to fight Tank. Wanted to fight Ryan Garcia. I made a video about that. Him versus Ryan Garcia is kind of official. But now, if fucking he loses to Tank, I don't think Ryan Garcia versus Ryan is going to happen. Maybe we finally see Tank versus Ryan Garcia the rematch, because that's another big ass fight. I feel like it'd be bigger. I think it will be bigger than Ryan versus Devin Haney the rematch. And Tank versus Ryan is a fucking interesting fight with no dehydration clause and at 144. So again, that's the whole video. Like I said, Showbiz confirming November 2nd. We all knew November 2nd in Las Vegas. That was for Tank, but we didn't know who he was fighting. And now we do. Anyways, sweet dreams.